On today's app, it's so hard to have a hobby.
It's so hard. I really always think, I'm like, this is the one that I'm going to stick to. And everything I try, I stop.
But we're not alone. Like, think about during COVID, like we all at university were like, we're going to make bread. How long did that last? Hey guys, this is Litty and Chitty in the Big Bad City, a podcast by New Yorkers for everyone. I'm Chlo.
I'm Em, and that's all you need to know.
Let's get started.
Can we talk about my boots?
Can we talk about those boots? A little commotion for the boots.
A little commotion for the boots. I walked into Chloe's apartment. I'm wearing huge
It's
red
like
go-go boots.
If Kiss and Lady Gaga combined,
Collabed.
That's like a rock star boot. Let me explain.
Explain.
It is a red, chunky ass boot. Like that is the chunk.
It is the chunk.
They put the chunk in that boot.
Here's what happened. I was like, I didn't know we were recording today when I woke up, so I was not loving how I looked. And I did not have time to change that.
Yeah.
But then right before I was going to walk out the door, I was like, I can change my whole outfit with a shoe.
Absolutely.
I was going to be in sneakers, and I said, I'm going to wear go-go boots.
You know, there's like Coco Chanel or some Coco Chanel.
Uh-huh.
I think that was who it was. Don't come for me if it was not her who said it. Her? Is it a girl?
I actually don't know what Coco Chanel is. What's the difference between Coco Chanel and Chanel?
No, I thought Karl Lagerfeld was like...
Was Chanel.
Oh my God.
But who's Coco Chanel?
I don't know, but I think she's her... Them, they. I think their... Oof. I think their thing is saying... Take off one piece of accessory before you leave. Like, don't ever, like, you're overdoing it. Like, simplify, basically. Her thing is to simplify your outfit. So, like, when you get ready in the morning, before you walk out the door, like, remove one of the things.
Why? Well, here's my problem. I never have any accessories on.
And one thing I say, so Chloe Richmond says, so Coco Chanel says that. Chloe Richmond says to put more on.
Add an accessory.
And you say add a fun show.
Well, for me, an accessory is a shoe because I am so limited.
To you and many other people, an accessory is a shoe.
I actually wonder, Chlo. I wonder if more people are like you or more people are like me. For me, I'm like, if I find a bracelet that works, God bless the day where I ever take it off or change it or anything else. I never change what's on my body except for my shirt, my pants, my socks, my undies.
And your bra?
And my shoes. Not even really.
Can I ask a question?
I wear the same bra every day.
Does anyone wash their bras?
No. I do not wash my bras.
I have one bra. I own one bra.
I've
never washed it in my life.
But now I wonder if we're the only ones who are like that.
No way.
I actually am lying. I have another bra, but it's if I want to be a little sexier. But
right.
otherwise,
you have
I'm
your
wearing
nude.
Nope, I don't even have that. Can I tell you about something that I found recently?
Tell me.
From CVS, I gave you some of it.
Oh my God.
It's essentially a roll of body tape
right.
that I found when I needed it in a pinch. And I went to CVS because I needed to cover my boobies because I was wearing a blazer.
Instead of pasties.
I didn't have anything. And I was
right,
about
but
to...
like this is what
I would suggest for girls like me who are a little bit bigger boobied than what pasties can cover.
Than girls like me.
Than girls like you. And also... Yeah, the reason why I don't like pasties is because they kind of just cover the nipple.
Right.
But I found tape
when
I was in need that covers and lifts. So it's this like I'll have to post what the brand is, but it's from CVS Pharmacy on the street.
Yeah, we've heard of it.
CVS Pharmacy.
It's my favorite store in the city.
And it's like body tape. It's just a thick roll of tape, and I start by putting it under my nipple.
Yeah.
And then I pull it up so my nipple kind of like folds on itself.
Yeah.
And then
we just lost every male listener.
No, they should. Yeah, maybe. So no, they should lift. So they can lift their balls.
Yeah, you could lift your
pee-pee.
No, don't tape your pee-pee.
No, unless you need to. For gender reaffirmation.
Correct.
So I go under my nipple and I lift it and then I press the tape up further higher where I want it to land. And then suddenly I have the perkiest tits since Jennifer Aniston walked this earth. And,
oh my God.
And I don't need a bra. So sometimes, like on tour, I use this every night.
Yeah, you can jump around.
I can jump around. Jump
around.
all over the place. And it's so nice because when I would change out of my costume, out of my like outfit for the show into like a t-shirt, I wouldn't have to put a bra on. And I was so comfortable with my titty tape only. And now I'm like, if it wasn't for the fact that like you rip them off a few days in a row, you're gonna start to have raw AF nipples that have never been cooked. Raw nipples.
Raw.
So if it wasn't for that, I would truly wear nipple tape every day instead of a bra. That's how game changing it's
You
been.
sold me. First of all, I'm in.
Yeah.
Say less, I'm in. Here's the thing. I was wearing Band-Aids on my nipples for years in college. I never wore a bra. And it was a very weird experience because where the actual nipple, the nipple. The nipple would be...
Wait, what's that part called?
No, areola.
Not the areola, the inner target. The place you aim if you have a dart. The thing that's 3D. The 3D part of the nipple.
What is that?
What is that? The button? What do you call that part? Everyone's always like, if my areola is so the word right now. Of like, can you see my areola? What about the button?
What if you can see the button?
Should I look up the medical term?
Yes.
No, I'd rather find out next episode.
Okay, I think I was gonna say the cotton part of the Band-Aid would cover the button.
I thought you were suddenly deciding to call it the cotton.
The
little
cotton
piece of
part
cotton
of the Band-Aid
would
cover the actual
button.
3D part. And the Band-Aid would go on each side and it would rip off, but at least it would avoid the button.
Yeah. Tape on the button hurts.
What about nipples? Never mind, actually.
No, what about nipples?
I don't even want to talk about this because I just feel like I'm gonna share. I'm revealing too many things. I was gonna say, what about like a nipple hair?
A nipple hair? Those come here now and again. I look down and they've decided to show. You just shave them right off. Zip, gone.
Everyone has
gets
hair.
nipple hairs.
Yeah, you're so right. Except for me.
Right, you've never had one.
I've never had
but
one.
But with the body tape, you could do the same thing as cotton on the nipple by taking it under, lifting so it folds. Are we visualizing that? The tape folds in on the nipple and you get a lift and no chafing and nipple covering.
I'm in.
Yeah, sold. I have something I want to bring up to you that's kind of controversial.
Okay.
Or I fear that I could seem like a huge bitch by saying this.
I can't fucking wait.
But I think I'm done with birthdays.
I'm in.
I just kind of feel like we are at the age now where it's like,
don't expect shit from me.
Yeah, and why are we still doing a whole
hoopla?
What's the word I'm looking for? A rigmarole.
Or a hoopla.
Like, why?
Rigmarole is so good.
And I feel like there's a thing where it's like a week or two out, you'll get that text that's sort of like, they want to be so unassuming, so they'll be like, hey, like,
will you be around?
Are you here next weekend?
Oh, God.
And then it's up to you as the friend to be like, yes, honey, for the best day of the year. How can I miss it? Like, you have to do that. Otherwise, you can't just be like, wait, what's next weekend?
Yeah.
You're supposed to know that
I'll drop everything for
your birthday. So then you reply like, oh, for your birthday? And then they're like, oh, but it's just going to be like, I don't even know if I'm going to do anything. I'm just going to do something chill. Like, I don't want to
But if you don't show up, you're a bad friend.
First of all, it's not an option not to show up.
Can you,
if you don't show up to your friend's birthday thing, you will be put on a list. You are on a list in their head, because we had a friend who I didn't go to their birthday thing. And I got like a text that was like 2 days before of like, you're coming, right? You're obviously coming. Which if you send a text like that to me, and this is my problem, I understand that this is my problem. If you say to me, you're coming, right? Well, that's the quickest way to get me not to go. Yeah, now I'm not. Well, and then that person, I didn't go because I was never going to go. And then a couple weeks later or days later or whatever, I like reacted to their story like with a heart or whatever. And they replied to me saying, would be nice to see you in person for a change.
Oh my God.
I just can't be expected anywhere.
I've also had that moment of like not going to a birthday party and received a text.
You did.
And it's just like, bro. It's just.
And I want to know what happens. I want to know what happens with people because they will tell you like, oh, it's just going to be chill. I don't want to do anything for my birthday. 3 days before the birthday, I will get put in a group chat with like 10 phone numbers that I don't have. And it'll be like, hey, mini golf squad. And I'm like, what?
Hey, go-kart crew.
What happened to the chill dinner that we were going to do?
We're
Now I'm
actually
golfing
gonna go
with
to,
your weird cousin.
Governor's Island. So
Yeah.
pack your knapsack. It's literally my birthday like next week.
I know. And you know what also is true? Every time I do go to the thing, like golf or bowling, it's so fun.
Oh, it's fucking
It's
awesome.
like, as soon as I'm there, I'm having the
know.
time of my life. I just don't like expected attendance. That's
Yeah.
what I don't like. Of like,
Yeah.
you're going to be there, right?
Yeah. But let me also say on the side of other, like, let's
Is that
go.
so rude? Yeah.
No. I agree.
Also, I'm the one talking. I had the biggest birthday ever
Yeah,
this year.
let's like everyone should understand. She had a surprise birthday planned for her. She got engaged on her birthday.
Yeah, I had
it
a
was
big
like Emily
birthday.
Day.
But you know what? Hey, sue me for saying this, but like, I'm not. That's it. That was the one in the 6-year window,
Yeah.
and like the one before that, I didn't make a scene about. The next year, I'm not going to make a scene.
Would you like make a stink?
No.
Shout out to my
Like,
stink.
What did I do last year for my birthday? Last year,
Like dinner with your parents, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had dinner with my family.
I had dinner with my parents on my birthday and it was fantastic.
That's all you need, like an organized event. And you know why too that I don't like it?
Why?
Is because birthdays, what people do at our age, mid late 20s for birthdays, is it's like a big dinner always. So you
Always.
already have the stress of like who's paying,
Ugh.
how are we splitting up this check, who am I going to wind up paying for that is going to, order too many of whatever or not order
That's
enough and complain
true.
of why are we splitting it?
I'm not drinking.
All of that chaos.
But sorry to the people who say that because
Yeah.
I know a lot of them.
But it's too many people for that to happen.
Right.
And then also people's birthday dinners these days, we're at the age where like we've split off from college friends, but we're still in touch enough to invite them. And then now we have our new friends and it's like,
It
I
doesn't
don't need
mix.
to spend a night with your fucking coworker, your new coworker that you're friends with now.
No.
And your new coworker who's the only one who like brought you a gift.
Because they're new.
Because they're new, so they're like, I had to get you this.
Yeah.
I didn't get my best friend a gift. You don't even fucking know her.
I won't
She
even
doesn't
ha-
even
I-
want that gift.
Let's just call it right now. We don't have to do birthdays anymore.
But this weekend, you were telling me, you were asking me, are you free? Because I'm thinking about going to Martha's Vineyard.
oh God, I'm asking everyone to like buy a flight. I'm basically, yeah, you know what?
But-
I'm
and-
not going to do it.
No! See, now I feel bad. Here's the thing.
No, I'm still going to do it.
Well, yeah. Of course you are, because it's your birthday. And then the panic sets in a week before
Yeah.
your birthday where you're like, well, I'm not going to have no attention.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, oh my God. And a lot of people cry on their birthday.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Like,
Do you not?
I used to cry on my birthdays in like when I was in college still, and I think it was a lonely thing of like my parents weren't with me necessarily, and like who am I? But I saw a really funny TikTok that was like, okay, my birthday's next week. Like, do you think I should cry the night before, or should I cry on my birthday, or like should I do like 2 little cries, or should I do like
Yeah.
one big cry like the day after my birthday? And I was like, we all get really emotional, and like, do you think it's just from being like lonely, or what? I'm dead fucking serious.
Like everyone's lonely?
Of like, you're not surrounded by 400 friends anymore because we're not 12. Like, we used to have birthdays where like it's all you, it's all like your friends. They're all coming over. Like,
Yeah.
when you're young, it's so celebrated, and when you get older, it's like this, and it's just like not necessarily lonely, but it's more so like, now what?
I know. I
Because
think
you're
it's-
also in charge of your own birthday. No one's
Yeah.
dealing with it besides
Well,
from
except
you
for
this
me.
year.
Yeah, except for me this year. My fiance
By the
proposed to
way,
me.
I'm not a lonely person, but you know what I
It
mean?
was really funny how you said that.
I was, and I'm so serious too. I was like, but I really mean that. Like,
Another thing that makes me feel sad on my birthday, that's like part of this birthday sadness that I'll just never be able to get over, is it could be the best birthday ever, but as soon as people start singing happy birthday to me, I will break down and cry, and I am fighting. That's where all of my birthday sadness and loneliness comes to a head.
I think
of
so,
like, as soon
too.
as they start happy,
No.
I'm like, ah!
It's horrible.
I just want to like break down crying.
I'm not. My birthdays for the past few years, truly, we don't sing.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
No singing.
So not this year either?
Not this year. Like, no. Unless you're doing the happy birthday without the happy in it.
Just birthday?
Yeah.
So for anyone who's listening, you sing the happy birthday song, but you only say the word birthday. So should we do it for them?
A quick one.
1, 2, 3.
Birthday.
Birthday.
Okay, like you got it, right?
Birthday. Birthday.
It's actually so stupid, but it's so good.
really
So that's
funny.
the only way I want to receive birthday song.
We'll just sing birthday for you this year.
Yeah, or
What if
happy.
it's happy? Happy. 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 Happy.
That is so awesome.
Should we do all the words? Two. No.
Two. That is so funny.
Okay, moving on. Moving on
Okay.
from birthdays. I'm done being a huge rotten bitch.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
that
done
so
being a
mean of me to be like,
fucking slut.
fuck all my friends, fuck their birthdays. I don't give a shit about
I'm
any
tired-
of you.
yeah.
And I never want to leave the house. That's basically what I just said.
I have a question.
Okay.
In a public bathroom, I don't lock the doors. I noticed that today. When I'm in a public bathroom, I don't lock the door. I just close it and hope that no one comes in.
Wait, like a private public bathroom?
No, like stalls. It freaks me out.
You don't lock the stall?
Nope.
What?
I noticed today, I was like, I wonder if someone was going to come in here right now. I just noticed that I closed the bathroom door.
But doesn't it kind of flop back open if you close it?
No, not like a shithole public bathroom. Like, let's say like in my workspace, there's there's stalls.
Stalls with a door handle.
Yeah. And I don't lock it.
And you don't lock it?
And I wonder if that's like a safety precaution I'm nervous about.
You don't lock the door. That's very
I feel sad
at
for
work.
you.
You don't lock the door at work?
No, I just go. I like hope for the best. Like I never really think about it, but then today I was like, no one's ever tried to walk in on me, and I'm like, good for me.
That is crazy that you do that.
Yeah. So Fashion Week is coming up. Mm-hmm. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, but guess what? Once you started talking about that, I had the thought of like,
I don't care.
I am just gonna avoid downtown.
Everything.
As if I ever go downtown
It's
anymore.
like, it's hard because I don't really like fashion like that. Like, I like fashion. I love fashion. Like, I love clothes and I love it
Yeah.
as like a hobby and like a way and express myself vibe. But I don't want to work in it.
But you do?
But I work on the digital team at an agency. So I have
What do you
clients.
do?
Who am I?
What do you do?
So like, I work at an agency
right.
and I have clients and my clients are brands.
Uh-huh.
And the brands will come to my agency and say, we need PR, so we need someone to like get us X, Y, and Z in publications. Like I need you to get me story in Vogue about my new lip balm.
Okay.
I need you to get
So
me
you're
on,
not the PR.
No, so there's PR, there's digital,
Uh-huh.
which is getting influencers and like social media coverage. So like would be like the lip balm, let's say I just use as an example. So like the PR people are getting lip balm in all of these magazines, right? Like stories about them.
I'm not sure
No.
I'm following.
Okay. I
You
feel
work
like
at an
everyone
agency.
else got that.
I know, but it's so for some reason like
Okay, wait.
PR, marketing, fashion, like it all like I can't connect the differences in my head.
All you need to know is this. I work with influencers.
Yes.
My everyday is if you're a brand, let's say
You're a connector.
I'm the connector.
That
I am the connector. I am the connector.
you connect the brands with
to the
people.
client, to the people.
Influencers.
Correct.
Wow.
We call them targets.
Remember that sounds intense.
Yeah, I'm pretty much how many targets do you need today?
Wow.
So I'll be like, I need a list of 10 targets.
isn't it crazy? Like, doesn't it feel
That's
like
so boring.
no? But
Because
it's
who
not.
cares what I do?
No,
Besides-
I do, and you should.
I do. I love my job.
Do you love your job?
I love my job.
So well, why? Who cares?
Is it boring to hear about what someone
No.
does? Because I actually have a rule. When I meet someone new, to not ask them like what they do, because I don't think that's a very kind question. It's not, that doesn't give me enough about who you are
Right.
from what you do.
That's true. We really do define people by what they do.
Yeah, we do. And sometimes it's not like I've been in places where, let's get very real now. I've been in places where I just don't connect to what I do. And if someone asks me what I do, I'm like, but that's not who I am. And I don't want you to think of me. I used to work in golf.
Yeah.
So that would like throw people off a little bit of like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I dress PGA Tour members, like whatever. Like,
Yeah, you did. Early
And-
days before it got like cool again.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm like, I don't want to talk about my job because I didn't love it at the time.
Right.
So I'm very cautious about when I ask people like, hi, who are you? Like, I don't ask people who they are.
Yeah.
But like, nice to meet you. What do you do? It's like, no.
That's interesting because I really define myself by what I do.
Right. And actually, that's a whole different career because I feel like that is kind of like
I'm
who
my business.
you are.
It
yeah.
is who I am. But
So,
I completely respect the idea of not wanting to define yourself by what you do. And as I am like increasingly just like, as I get older in my life and I'm a comedian and I'm continuing to be a performer, like I am realizing like I cannot only surround myself with that type of person.
Right.
Because it's
that's
like,
not everything.
and as soon as I talk to someone, I can't get so in my world that I'm not interested by anyone who's not in it.
Totally.
And I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I want to hang out with people who don't know, because it's like that thing in everybody's free to wear sunscreen, where it's like
This is a Baz Luhrmann speech.
yeah, this is a Baz Luhrmann read this graduation speech.
Yes,
To a
sorry.
track. It's called "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen." If you know it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, give it a listen. It's amazing.
Really, really good. It's like life advice.
It's life advice. We just listened to it this weekend. It's 5 minutes long. It's on Spotify.
Yeah.
And there's a line in there that's like, "Don't be worried if you don't know what you want to do with your life." The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. The most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't.
Right.
And I'm like, oh,
That's
I think
Robert
that's
Richmond. That's my father.
Yeah.
He changed his career all the time.
Always changing it up.
And I think it's really interesting. Sorry, I kind of hijacked your thought here.
No, continue.
But
Continue.
But I'm thinking like, I'm really lucky because I grew up in a family that encourages you to change your career many times and to quote my dad, reinvent yourself as many times as you can.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are hard on their kids of like get ready for your career. I'm just using this as an example,
Yeah.
but like if you are going to be a doctor, like you have a career set.
Yeah.
Like as a young, like I want you to be a doctor. You're going to go to pre-med. You're going to do all these things. It's like there's no room there for you to be like, never mind. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of like you're on a track,
Yeah.
right? And you, of course, you can change what you want all the time, but you have a pretty clear path where you go. I feel like because my dad changed his career path and was very successful every time, it taught me that I can change what I want. I can have different passions in different parts of my life. And
Totally.
And I think I want more people to know that every day you can change. Like one day you could not want to be a comedian and that would be totally fine. You didn't fail at not being a comedian. You succeeded at that and you want to do something else.
Yeah.
But you want to do that and you are going to become very successful.
No, but I totally know what you're saying. Or like even within show business, like, I don't know, in 10 years I could go like, I just want to do serious acting now. I could like,
Absolutely.
or I could pivot into like wanting to do plays and live theater. Or I don't know. Like I'm so aware of and open to that same mentality. I think for me, it's like under a smaller umbrella.
Yeah.
But like so many of my friends like in life have like switched.
Right.
Like we know someone who was working in advertising and then went to law school and now she's going to be an entertainment lawyer.
Right.
And then I know a lot of people in my major at college are doing so many different things
Yeah.
and kept going.
What was your major?
Media, culture, and communications.
Cool. Mine was journalism.
Yeah.
So like, like, huh?
Yeah.
But I do think everyone in our age bracket is having those moments of like, oh, like
Yeah.
if I'm not 100% in right now, it doesn't feel like fail, but it doesn't feel good. And I don't think that's a problem. I think it's not going to feel good because these are the years where we're trial and erroring.
Right, but can I actually now be another nasty bitch moment
Yeah,
on this
be a
podcast?
nasty little slut, Em.
This is something, actually, I don't even think it's that nasty, whatever.
She's not nasty and she's not a slut. So don't.
Well,
She's a huge slut, but she's not nasty. Right?
yeah,
Yeah. That's Miami.
that's me. I think that people have with jobs, like I think our generation with careers and jobs are actually having, I think some of it is healthy of like, yeah, if you change your mind and you decide you're doing something just because your parents wanted you to or just because you thought it's what you should do, absolutely change it. Like go after your dreams, follow your instinct. But I also think that our generation in general, with a lot of big life things, has this issue of like choice paralysis that comes from Seamless or Netflix of like, there's always something better out there.
Yeah.
Dating apps, there's always a better option. And so you kind of always feel like, well, what if there's something that's going to make me happier?
But that's like an intuition thing.
I don't know.
I think
intuition, like
how so? Like I think intuition of like I don't like this career, I'm gonna change. Like trusting your gut. And same with like, oh, this person wasn't good for me. Like trust your gut. Like make that decision. Like you just have to always trust your instinct of like, it's like you might fail or you might be successful, but you have to like. I keep saying like, and I'm so aware of it.
It's okay. I know what you're trying to say, and I agree with you that it usually is a gut feeling, but I do feel like what I'm saying does play into it a little bit of like, we have a lack of patience.
That
when
makes
it comes
sense.
to,
it's like, it didn't work. What can I do next?
Yeah, or like, I don't like it. It's like, well, it's work.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You don't have to. You don't.
There's
have
a lot
to
of times
it.
with me where like, yes, I'm pursuing something that I love and that feels like a dream of mine, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, I don't want to write it. I don't want to figure it out. It's like hard. It's work. Like work is always going to feel like work.
You're getting paid to do it.
Yeah. And that's that saying of, or John's dad always says it of like the quickest way to hate something you love to do is get paid for it.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes work.
That's true. That's true.
I think people should follow their dreams and change career paths. And life is what you make
dreams.
it. So let's make it rock.
Yeah. If you took one thing away from that, it's that.
I have that with like hobbies and interests of like, I always have this thing of like, I need to start doing this more in my free time or this or that. Like, I started taking Italian.
Love.
Like audio language Pimsleur.
Like Duolingo. Shout out to Duolingo.
Not Duolingo.
Because Duolingo, you know their little like icon, their little bird?
Yeah.
Legend.
Why?
Yeah, them, not sure, killing it.
Have you taken Duolingo?
Absolutely not. But I would, based on the TikToks that the Duolingo little bird makes.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Really cute.
Okay. You've just gendered him as a he?
Fuck.
I started taking Pimsleur Italian. Pimsleur is the program I did.
Oh,
It's
I thought that was the type of the language.
No, like Mandarin and Cantonese, but Italian.
Exactly.
Pimsleur is like this thing on Audible, or you could subscribe to their app, and it's like audio 30-minute lessons every day. I'm saying this as if I'm still doing it. I started it in the beginning of the year, and like every other fucking thing I try in my life, I stopped. 3 weeks in, I broke the habit. Done.
You guys,
don't do it anymore.
So hard to have a hobby.
It's so hard. I really always think, I'm like, this is the one that I'm going to stick to. And I fucking, everything I try, I stop.
But we're not alone. Like, think about during COVID, like we all, university were like, we're going to make bread. How long did that last? We're like, we're going to start knitting. It's like,
that's true.
We're all in it together. It's too hard. Like,
I never finish anything I start.
I'm going to do ceramics. Cool for a week.
Yeah.
But it's fun for a week.
Oh my God, what other things have I done?
You know what
like that?
I think? That's why when we're little and we don't like our extracurricular activities because we have to, because we're told to. Like our parents, my mom made me take piano. In the beginning, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to go to piano after school. This is fun as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I started to not like it, but I still had to go. Now I fucking hate piano. Because
to this day?
The idea of a lesson is like, oh, I don't want to go to a piano lesson because my mom, when I finished that hobby in my head, my mom still made me do it. So when we're older, we're done with a hobby,
we just
let
don't
it put
do
it to
it.
bed.
No, but I wish I would have kept up with the Italian lessons.
I wish I could play fucking Mozart on the piano.
I know, that's the thing.
But I could
same
play
with me with piano as a kid. I took lessons, and if I would have continued, I'd be able to play.
I had a horrible teacher named Lolly. She ruined it for me. But prior to that, my dad and I took lessons together.
You did?
Yeah, we thought it was really
fun.
cute. And it was so fun with an Italian named Bruno.
Oh.
Bruno. And he'd come over and he'd teach me and my dad piano. We sit on the stool together.
See, now that's really special.
Oh.
And really cute. I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah. So, what's your New York moment this week?
My New York story this week? My New York story this week is last week I went to pick up my dry cleaning. Which, by the way,
Is this about your foot massage? Because we know.
no, that was my laundry.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
difference. Dry cleaning, I take to a different place.
Right.
I do my laundry at a laundromat.
Right. Thank you
is
for clarifying.
This is dry cleaning, which on dry cleaning, this is
Yeah,
my
how
essay
about dry cleaning?
on dry cleaning. Only like a year ago, I found out about dry cleaning. Do you know what I mean? That's one of those things where I'm like, who was going to tell me?
Dude,
Who was going to tell me?
I've been dry cleaning
Since when?
since I was 2.
Really?
I would take my dry cleaning from school when I'm 2 and walk. I'm just kidding, but
You've done it since you
I
were
dry
like
clean
in
all
high
the time.
school?
When I don't want to iron something, I'm like, this should be your Burberry dress. Send it to the dry cleaners.
That's where it's going.
Oh my God, we're best friends.
We're best friends. But I didn't know about it until like last year, and it's not that expensive. It's like $10 an item, which is like,
That's-
obviously, if you're dry cleaning everything you own, that's really expensive. But like a nice dress, a crispy shirt that you want to stay crispy,
A crispy shirt that you want to stay crispy is the slogan for dry cleaning.
a pair of linen pants, like whatever you want. So I'm just saying that to say, like, a year ago I found out about dry cleaning, and
Okay.
now I'm like, it's amazing. I take so
the
many
whole
things.
narrative is like you're late to everything, and you are not helping.
I am
the
late
point.
to everything, but dry cleaning is not a trend. Dry cleaning is something that, like, when was ever going to tell me?
It's a lifestyle.
So I went to go pick up my dry cleaning, and as I said, I started doing it like about a year ago. I have
Yeah.
a place on my block. I'm probably there once every 2 weeks, dropping something off, picking it up a few days later.
Yeah, that is so cool.
I love it.
It is cool,
It's a
right?
fun errand. I
Yeah, it's
love
like, I'm gonna go pick
taking-
my
I'm gonna
dry cleaning.
It's also a fun thing to say, like, I gotta go get the dry cleaning.
That
Do you know
sounds.
what I mean?
It sounds so cool.
So much cooler than I have to go get groceries. Boo. I have to go get my dry cleaning.
Yeah.
Cool girl.
Grow up.
Only cool
Grown
girls.
up.
Grown up. Grow up.
Grow up, bitch.
So I went to go get my dry cleaning.
Yeah.
And like for a couple months after I first started going there,
Yeah.
the guy would look at me and be like, sorry, remind me your name again. And I'd be like,
Aw.
Emily Wilson. It's okay. Oh, Wilson. And it was like this
Yeah.
little running joke. And then it like kept happening. He'd be like, what's your name? And I'd be like, Wilson. And it's like, I'm in all the time.
Wilson.
Yeah,
They're like
Wilson.
from Castaway.
Emily, Wilson. Then it just started to become like, hey man, it's Wilson. It's Emily Wilson. What's wrong with my face?
It's charming at first, and then
It's
it's
charming
like,
at first, and
come
it's a joke,
on.
and then it started to get concerning. Of like, I am here a lot.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Because this face is not that forgettable, unless maybe it is.
It is absolutely not. I'll put my foot down
But
for
I
that.
started to feel like it was because I'm not kidding you. Every single time, it was no longer funny. So then, once it became not funny anymore, I would walk in and go dry cleaning for Wilson. I wouldn't even entertain him with a little small talk because
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
told him.
I don't even want to deal with the pain today of you not
Yeah.
remembering my name. And then I kind of forgot about all of that. And a week ago, I went to get my dry cleaning, and he fucking asked me my name again, and I was just like, what's wrong here? Do you forget everyone else's name? Is it just me?
I
Like,
thought
I'm
this-
dying to go in there behind someone and have them go in and see if he does the same old shtick of like,
Yeah.
what is it again?
Yeah, he might have a lot of clients. Oh, I feel bad for him.
Why?
I don't know. And
It's
I
a
also,
small little dry
I
cleaners,
also-
and I'm sort of like, everywhere else I go, they seem to remember
So
me.
you're-
Even the laundromat guy that I go to knows me, and we've never even introduced ourselves.
So your New York story is like, as many times as you go to one place, no one will remember you.
It's my neighborhood dry cleaner. How many dry cleaners are there on a block? A gazillion. He
I
should know
thought-
me.
I-
I'm there all the time, aka every 2 weeks.
I really thought this was gonna end of you walking in,
And he finally
he's
remembered.
Like,
He's
Emily
not once
Wilson.
remembered my name.
God damn.
Not once remembered
That's
my
a
name.
horrible story.
I'm in there all the time. Now I'm getting really upset.
I hate that.
And then it starts to make me go like, because sometimes I go in like at the end of the day where I'm dressed. Sometimes I go in before the gym and I'm like, am I just like that unrecognizable when I don't have makeup on? That like I seem like a couple
hurts my
different
feelings.
people.
When I go to the workouts and they see me every day, and then one day they're like, "Remind me of your name." I'm like, "It's still me."
Because you put makeup on?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm right here.
What's your New York story, Chlo?
I'm so glad you asked. It's so unexpected. I think one thing about New York that is very present with for me at all times is my dad's like essence. My dad is a New Yorker, born and raised. He's like, he has recently passed, and my dad and I would always used to go to Madison Square Park. We'd always sit on a bench. My dad would always take his phone calls from the bench. I would go meet my friends in this park. We'd always hang out. As a gift, long story short, for my mom's birthday, my friends all gave my dad a bench in Madison Square Park dedicated to him.
Yes.
And you know how you see like on the benches it will say like Richmond, or like it will be
Yeah.
like a silly anecdote.
A little plaque about a person.
A little plaque about. So my friends and family, they all donated this bench for me. Mm-hmm. And it's such a beautiful thing. If you're in Madison Square Park, please go see it. It's really cute. But I had this moment recently, and
so it's a bench in Madison Square Park that has a plaque on it for your dad.
For my dad, in memory of my father.
Yes.
So I'm sitting on the bench the other day, and it really felt New York to me because New Yorkers are always talking about, like, everyone's like, they're so tough, they're so rude. And every now and then you have a moment with a New Yorker, and it's like a beautiful thing.
Yes.
And I was sitting on the bench by myself, and it sounds a little solemn, but it was very, like, I was just sitting, relaxing.
Yeah.
And a man was sitting next to me, on the bench next to me, and my dog and I were sitting there, and we were looking at the plaque, kind of, Ellie, my dog, was looking at the plaque, and I was like, that's so funny, like, Ellie's looking at the plaque, whatever. By the way, I wrote what's on the plaque. It's beautiful.
Wait, yeah, what's on the plaque again?
It's basically just
I can't believe I haven't seen this bench.
Yeah,
it's
you
so
have
upsetting.
to see it.
I gotta go see this bench.
It's basically, like, reinvent yourself, make deals, make friends, always surround yourself with, like, connections.
Is what it says on the plaque.
Yes, essentially. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, and the guy next to me goes, do you know that person? Like, referring to the plaque. And I was like, yeah, it was my father. Or it's my father, right? It's my dad. And he's like, did you lose him? And I was like, yes, I lost him about 7 months ago. And he was like, I lost my dad 14 years ago, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him. And I was like, I said, of course, me too. And I was like, will that ever go away? And he said, no, you'll always keep that. And we both sat there in silence looking at each other, and he just got up and we walked away. And it was just kind of like, it was just a moment where I was like, thank you for sharing. And thank you for, like,
leaving
acknowledging.
After.
Yeah, acknowledging thanks for fucking off right after. Thanks for acknowledging the moment and being there, but not overstaying by any means.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, not overstaying. But no, it wasn't like that, like, go.
No, yeah.
But it was like, you get it. Like, we had our talk. You're going to move on with your whole night ahead of you. I'm going to move on with mine, but I really appreciate that you shared that moment. Here we are, two strangers on a bench in New York. It meant everything to me, and it might have meant nothing to him, but we really connected over that moment.
I think it meant something to him, and I think that that's such a special thing about New York, where it's like,
we're humans.
These two strangers, and you barely... like, you don't know each other, and the only thing you talked about was something extraordinarily deep.
Right. And it's funny because those are the moments, like, I don't want to even have with my friends yet. Like, I'm not ready to, like, just be like, he's gone.
Yeah.
And, like, we sit there and, like, take the time. I can't sit with it yet. Mm-hmm. And that's for another day. Yeah. But it didn't offend me. It didn't touch me in a way that I was like, I don't want to. It was just like, yeah. And he was like, yeah. And we understood each other. I see you, you see me, we see each other.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, we got
in New York.
really deep.
Wow.
Without getting too deep.
In like a span of 4 sentences.
Yeah. So
that is a beautiful New York story,
Madison Square
Chlo.
Garden, as shitty as it can be Madison Square Park. As shitty as it can be sometimes, it's like, there are homeless people everywhere, there's this and that. You're like, oh, people are like crazy, but it has this significant moment and has this presence to me of like, that New York, as ugly and stupid and crazy as it can be so beautiful and have such an amazing moment. And then like the next day I saw someone like take a shit on the bench, and I'm like,
on
perfect.
the bench?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But like, you know, like,
yeah. Human poop.
Human poop.
There could be human poop on the street.
There could be human poop anywhere you go.
That's a beautiful New York story. It also really makes, this is like kind of separate.
Go for it.
But connected to it.
Let's hear it.
You are really good at getting out there.
Wait.
For little, you are really good at, like, during the day, you, like, go out and do things, even if it's just going to the park for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I am so terrible at that. And, like, that's such a perk of New York, of, like, you could just walk down the street and go to a museum or walk in a shop or even go to the bodega.
Or see a play.
Or, like, and you, like... you just do so many things in New York, as small or big as they are, and I really respect that. I am always in my apartment all day because it always feels like anything I have to do is going to become an hour.
Right. I understand what you mean. And I
like,
think
if I go to the grocery store, it's an hour.
Right.
Or when I go do... I'm not going to let you get a word in edgewise.
Like,
if I go get a coffee, it was somehow half an hour? How does anybody do anything and still have time for the things that they're supposed to do?
I'm like this. I.
And I'm like, no,
You're
no,
like,
wait.
No. I think it's so my father in me of like my dad lived in New York like a New Yorker should. He would see a play. He would go to a live band. He would sit in the park and see the magician. He would do it all. What?
No, but I do that. I go see a play,
Right, no,
and
no.
I go see a show,
But
and I
I
go
think
see a concert.
he-
But I go to the movies.
he
I will
wouldn't-
not go out for a
No,
little.
he wouldn't waste a second.
Yeah.
He would be like, oh my God, we got to go look at this block. Or, oh my God, let's just step outside for a second. And what could happen? A guy could shit on the street, and there you have drama for your day.
Yeah. And you inherited that because every
Yeah.
time I call you or FaceTime you, you are going somewhere. I never FaceTime you and you pick up in your apartment. You're always like, hold on 1 second. And you like have to mute it because there's street noises because you're
That's so
somewhere.
funny.
You're always somewhere.
And it's funny because if you ask me what I'm up to, I have no fucking clue.
But how do people make time for those things?
They don't have to be long. They,
But
really
like I said,
profound,
every time I
Chloe.
go and get coffee, it becomes half an hour.
really profound.
How do I make it 5 minutes?
I'm like, you just make time.
yeah, maybe I should just get up earlier.
You taught me to get up earlier and have a friggin' morning and live 12 lives before New York's awake.
I did?
You taught me that. You're like,
When did I teach you that?
Because when you used to go to work, I used to be like, work starts at 9. I wake up at 8:30. You'd be like, how do you just do that? You'd be like, I want to sit outside of my coffee in my morning. You used to have a morning.
I did when I had a day job, yeah.
And now I live.
I still have a morning. I just don't have anything I'm rushing to get to.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that pushes me to have to make time for my morning. Whereas when I don't have something to rush to, I'm like, oh, I'll have a morning at 11. It's like, that is not the morning. The New York mornings start at 7.
They start at 6.
Or they start at 6.
Some coffee shops open at 6.
It's so inappropriate that coffee shops don't open until 6.
Huh?
When people work out at 5.
No. Chlo. Coffee shop opening at 6
Is late.
Are you being serious?
No, I'm not. Because a workout starts at 6.
Yeah, you're not being serious.
No, I am being serious.
You think a coffee shop opening at 6 a.m. is too late in the day?
It's not too late. Okay, no, obviously it's
If
not
people
too...
work out at 5, workout's done at 6, go get your coffee.
When
If you're working out,
My workouts
if
are
your
at
workout starts at 5,
I'm
reassess.
I'm literally mad right now.
You have to reassess. What time are you going to bed if you're already working out at 5?
They're going to bed at 7. They're not me. It's not me. You don't have to be mad at me.
Well, I'm mad at someone.
I know, but I wanted to just say, I noticed when I'm walking to a workout and coffee shops are not open, I'm like, that sucks for the coffee drinkers. I acknowledge you. I see you coffee drinkers. Not me, because I don't drink coffee.
But you're working out at 5?
My workouts are at 6.
No, you don't. You do 6 a.m. workouts?
Yeah, I do. How do you think I get this freaking physique?
Chlo,
No, I'm
where?
serious. Yoga.
People do 6
Pilates.
a.m.
They
workouts?
start at 5. Barry starts at 5. I wouldn't do that.
This is actually a little perverse to me.
I thought you were gonna say
The
this is
sun isn't even
I
up.
thought you were gonna say this is perverted.
It is perverse.
Oh, it is fucking.
That's another tense of that
Oh
word.
God, I gotta get back
learn
on
something every day.
I literally do.
I think if the sun is not up, you should not be up.
I disagree.
Well, you know what? I'll meet you in the middle and say that I want to start waking up a little bit earlier. I think I've been waking up at like 9:30. I wish I woke up at like 7:30.
And you know what? I wish I went to bed later than 9:30. I wish I went to bed around like 1, but I go to bed at 9:30 and I miss the whole night. And it's like everyone's like, didn't you hear that like Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are getting a divorce? No, I missed that.
They are getting a divorce.
Yeah, I missed that. Why did I miss that? Because I was
you were asleep.
Life happens when I'm asleep.
Well, it's good because you and I can cover. We have shifts. There's only about 5 hours in the day when you and I aren't both awake. So we've got to cover.
You let me know what's going on at night.
I have the night shift, and
I'll
you
let
take
you
the
know
early
what's
morning
going
shift.
on in the morning.
Yeah.
So I want bullet points.
Yeah.
In the morning when I wake up outside. This is what's going on outside in the city. Here's what I saw.
I'll do that tonight. I'll text you at 1 before I go to sleep. I'll text you bullet points of like, here's what happened since you've fallen
this
asleep.
is the news. This is what you missed.
Yeah.
Imagine I wake up and like we're all making sourdough again.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That might happen.
And you give me the bullets as soon as you wake up.
I'll be like, it was sunny. I'll give you weather. I give you real time
give me the weather. Give me the real time weather.
I will.
That sounds like a good deal.
All right.
I think we've reached the end of episode 3. Love you,
Em.
Chlo.
Love you, Em.
Thanks for listening to Litty and Shitty in the Big Bad City.
Whether you were just cleaning your apartment, slaying at the gym, or strutting on these city streets, we're always grateful for your ears.
Be sure to follow or subscribe, tell a friend, and hey, leave a review. Lilas!
What?
Love you like a sister.
Oh, cute. Lilas!
Litty and shitty in the big bad city. Litty and shitty in the big bad city.